All right, so last question. If you had to give the film an award, fictional or not, what award would you give it?
You want me to go first?
Who was going first? I'll go first.
Okay.
I will say I'm going to give it the Dark Dream Award
Oh
because
my.
did you really?
That's yes.
Really?
Yes. Dark Dream.
Wow. That's insane. Well, I'm gonna give it the Dark Dream Award because I feel like one, it's a dark dream, but two, after I watch this movie and these types of movies, I tend to have really weird dreams at night,
Right.
and that kind of put me in a weird space. So this one has kind of a double meaning. Why did you call it the Dark Dream Award? That's so weird.
Wow. Well, see, I originally had it the Dark Hollywood Award, but I had marked out Hollywood and replaced it with the word dream.
That's
Um,
crazy.
I said the reason I said that is because it has a lot of characters that we've seen in other movies. It's got the femme fatale, the maverick director, the shady producers or hitmen, but it kind of turns it a little bit because you take these stock characters that you've kind of seen in other movies that he didn't really get into the back history of much. We don't know much about the director. We don't know anything else really much about the hitman. The women a little bit more than the others, but he puts them into this weird scenario and just kind of twists it and turns it and kind of has a nightmarish spin on it. And that's why I was originally going to call it the Dark Dream Award.
It's crazy. I will say, here's my final thoughts on the movie, and then we'll get your final thoughts. I think that the casting was good. I think Naomi Watts was great because she is such a different person from the beginning, like of her. What's her name? Nancy, I think at the
Yeah,
beginning.
Nancy.
She's such a different person from Nancy to than Diane. So just to see that flip was phenomenal. I think the other characters were good. I don't think the Laura Herring character really had to do too much. But I
Mm-mm.
think just Naomi Watts is her the way she played those two characters, I think, was absolutely phenomenal. And I will say this: one of the most haunting images in the history of film for me, films that I've watched, is when the the what's it called, the hobo woman comes
Oh, yeah.
out from behind the,
Yeah.
oh my
What did she
gosh,
walk out from behind? I forget.
it's like a wall. It's like the
Yeah.
back of that restaurant, but it's a wall, and she does it twice, and it just like that is one. For the longest time I thought it was a guy, and then I like watched it a couple more times. I realized it's a woman who does it. But I think that is one of the most haunting images in, and the way that it just kind of shows up because you have no idea what to expect, and it's
Out
this.
of the blue. And
It's
I jumped back. I think I
oh,
jumped back. I'm
I
pretty
feel
sure.
it every time I see it. Even if I Google the image, I still like feel that same emotion.
I'd
It's
forgotten. I forgot it made me feel that way. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, oh, that's oh. What about you? What's your final thoughts on it?
My final thoughts is I think Mulholland Drive is a movie to be watched, probably not enjoyed, but that doesn't make the time doing it not enjoyable. For people that like this kind of movie, um, they should check it out. If they don't like movies where you have to think about it or dissect it, skip it. And if you do enjoy this movie and haven't seen other David Lynch movies, Lost Highway is a very similar kind of constructed movie. You can check out Blue Velvet or Wild at Heart. Those are more straight narrative movies, but those are some to check out. So, yeah, I would say it's worth a watch once every 2, maybe 3 years.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
So let's brighten things up next week because I don't think I can handle any more dark films right now, especially
okay.
in our current situation. Next week,
So,
what do you?
12 Monkeys?
Oh yeah, that'd be the best movie. I actually would probably kind of enjoy that movie right now. But what do you want to do next week?
Did we have
We've got
Let's see. Oops, I went to the wrong list.
So we have either one of this person's movie or the one right beneath it.
Um, you want to do The
Um,
Secret Life of Walter Mitty?
let's do it.
I've never watched it before.
Oh, that'll be fun.
So, and the
All
next
right.
week, how about after Secret Life, we'll do a movie that you haven't watched.
That'd be great. Let's do it.
Okay.
You have to let me know ahead of time so I can find it.
I have one in mind. I'll put it on there afterwards. But
Okay.
yeah, The Secret Life of Walter Mitty. I bought the DVD probably 2 years back, and I just never have watched it. So I'm looking forward to it.
After watching Cable Guy, I'm really interested to hear your thoughts on Ben Stiller's progression changes as a director.
Okay.
Really interested.
Because this is the last movie he directed. He's not directed movies since then, has he?
I don't think so.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, this will be fun.
Yeah. All right. Well, that'll do it for this episode of Adam and Jake Do the Movies. I'm Jake.
I'm Adam.
And we'll be back next week with Secret Life of Walter Mitty. Until then, have a good one.
Good times.